This is how I explain Bitcoin to my friends, and they finally get it. Now, I was talking to a friend of mine, and we were talking about Bitcoin and investments and pension and how you can retire early through Bitcoin, of course, not through traditional ways of retirement. And basically, because they don't understand Bitcoin, because they are not really into finance and economics and all these kind of things, I just told them consider Bitcoin as a savings account. You are going to save money anyway, so you might as well take the money you want to save, buy Bitcoin with it, and forget about it. That money is going to increase because Bitcoin has been historically doing 60% a year on average. So you are going to make 60% on your money, and then you are going to make 60% on the 60% of the money you made last year, and it will keep compounding year after year. And once I explain it to them this way, once I tell them, listen, you don't have to think too much about Bitcoin. You don't have to think how much money you need to buy or if you need to buy an entire Bitcoin. Of course, you can't because it's too expensive right now for most people. Of course, there are people who can buy one Bitcoin right now. But let's be honest, most people can't buy one Bitcoin. Bitcoin is over $100,000. And I also explained to them this issue that most people who are new into Bitcoin tend to find it as an obstacle that stops them from buying Bitcoin, which is the idea that Bitcoin is too expensive right now and it's too late. And I just remind them, listen, you think Bitcoin is too late because you are comparing past the price of Bitcoin like 5 years ago, 10 years ago. You are comparing it with today's price, but that's not how you should go about it. You need to compare the price of Bitcoin, today's Bitcoin price with Bitcoin price in 5 years, 10 years. That way, you will not think that you are late to Bitcoin. So when you compare $100,000 to $1 million, or let's just say when you compare $100,000 to $500,000 to $800,000 to $1 million, and then $5 million and then $10 million, you will realize that you are not late. And I also like to remind most of my friends and people I know who ask me about Bitcoin. I like to remind them that only 4% of the population own Bitcoin. So that means you are very early to this Bitcoin game and this Bitcoin race. Now, I have to say that the supply of Bitcoin is shrinking right now, and a lot of companies now are adding Bitcoin to their treasuries. So companies are buying Bitcoin like crazy. So you don't really have a lot of time to waste when it comes to buying Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin is going to keep going up forever, whether you buy it or not, because if you don't buy it, someone else is going to buy it. And by someone else, I don't just mean individuals like in the past, but companies. And companies are not buying like a fraction of Bitcoin. They buy hundreds, thousands, sometimes even hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin, like MicroStrategy. I always say MicroStrategy, it's strategy right now, like a sailor's strategy. So think of it this way, keep it simple. You have extra money, you have extra cash, go buy Bitcoin with it. If you saved up some dollars or whatever your currency is, and you wanna save it for like 5, 10 years, take it and buy it lump sum into Bitcoin. If you are not comfortable with putting all that money, all the money you have, all the saved up money you have, if you're not comfortable buying Bitcoin at once, then dollar cost average, buy a little bit every month or a little bit every week. I made a video where I discussed these investment strategies, the difference between dollar cost averaging and lump sum, and the hybrid strategy, which is split your capital in half. The first half you buy lump sum, the second half you dollar cost average. I made a video, you can watch it here. It's here, not here, it's here. So you can watch that if you want to learn more. But the main point is that you cannot ignore Bitcoin in 2025. From here on out, Bitcoin is gonna go to the moon. And when I say go to the moon, I don't mean it like what crypto guys says. And I always like to remind people there is a distinction between crypto and Bitcoin. Bitcoin is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is sound money. Bitcoin is digital capital. Crypto most of the time it's just gambling, it's just bullshit, okay? If you want to gamble, if you want to lose your money, if you want to waste your money, go into crypto. If you want to invest in your future, if you want to invest in the most scarce asset the world has ever seen, if you want to invest in sound money, if you want to invest in digital gold, go into Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin through whatever means you can do. You can buy it through exchanges right now, but if you are going to buy a lot of Bitcoin, you have to custody it yourself. You have to buy a hard wallet and custody your own Bitcoin to make sure that it's not going to be stolen, or you're not going to be locked out of your Bitcoin. All right. So I'm talking to you like my friend right now, and of course, if you are a follower of mine, if you not follower, if you are a subscriber to my channel, I consider you, of course, as a friend. Okay, so as a friend, I recommend that if you have extra money that's going to be sitting in the bank anyway, and it's going to be losing 7% a year in a good year, you might as well take that money and put it into Bitcoin. You are going to make at least 60% a year, maybe less in the coming years, because Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin is maturing over time. It's going to keep maturing. But you will make more than what you will make if you keep your money in the bank. In fact, you're not going to make anything if you keep your money in the bank. You're going to lose money. So you want to preserve your wealth, and you want to profit off of your wealth. And the only way, the best way you can do that is through Bitcoin. So that's all I have to say in this video. Let me guys know what you think in the comments below, and see you in the next one. Take care.